Hello, and welcome to the Blessings in the Streets podcast pre-launch special. I am your host, Joseph B. Roberts, and you have been granted exclusive access to the listening party of my book, Blessings in the Streets, When God Leverages Our Valley Experiences. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed the content that has been presented today. We're going to dive into chapter 11 of the book, and the story that I'm going to share with you on this day is entitled, Save Me. It is not uncommon for many of us to make resolutions at the beginning of a new year. For some, the focus is on losing weight, whereas others look to eliminate debt or start a new business. Unfortunately, we often fall short in achieving that change in lifestyle, or we miss the mark in pursuing that goal. But there are those moments when things do fall into place as planned. In some instances, God will set forth a resolution on your behalf that you had no idea would come your way. That is exactly what happened to Mom early in 2009. From the beginning of our relationship, my wife and I regularly attended church service. We were both already saved at the time and when we met, and together, we were growing in our Christian faith walk. My mom was raised in the Catholic Church from a young age and regularly attended while living in Chicago. However, after moving to Indianapolis, she never took the time to find a new church home to attend. I guess you can say Mom's loyalty to her home church was holding her back from moving on. But there came a Sunday morning when Mom inquired if she could go to church with us. Being that our church was not Catholic, I was not sure if she would enjoy the service. Regardless, I was not going to refuse her request, especially since it was important that Mom get reconnected once again to a church. As the service proceeded along, Mom was relatively quiet for the most part. I did notice, however, that she was taking in both the worship and preached word in a way I had not seen from her in years. At times, I even saw Mom wipe away tears from her eyes, but I was not for certain of the driving force behind those emotions. However, when it was time for the pastor to extend the invitation to accept Christ as Lord and Savior, shockingly, Mom rose to her feet as she prepared to take that oh so important walk to the front of the sanctuary and publicly give her life to Christ. I stood up as well and escorted her down the aisle so that she knew she was not in this journey alone. It took everything in me to hold back the emotions I was feeling on that day. But more importantly, I then had my confirmation of where Mom would be once this worldly life had come to an end. Mom was quite happy about the decision she had made. Although she opted not to join our church home as an active member, Mom would choose one of our church transplant locations where she became a regular attendee. I know at this point, many of you are wondering, how is it possible that your mom was not already saved before now? You would think that such a decision would be a no-brainer, especially when you consider everything that God had already done in her life. And while I do not have a direct response to offer on behalf of my mom regarding this matter, my belief is that she had in fact accepted Christ as her Lord and Savior long before this day. What was missing, however, was the formal proclamation of this acceptance in the presence of other believers. The truth is that some of us do come when God calls for us to do so, while others look for a reason to put the decision off just a little bit longer. The danger in the latter is to assume that tomorrow has already been promised to you. All I can say is that to give your life to Christ is the most important decision you will ever be tasked to make, and one that should not be taken lightly or delayed. This concludes our reading for today, chapter 11 of the Blessings in the Streets book. I hope you enjoyed. And next time when we hook up, we're going to dive into the last chapter, chapter 12. So until that time, Take care of yourself and be blessed.